Yes, the age-old Aquarian question. Is it really breaking the rules if the rule is stupid? Hello Aquarius, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon and I'll be guiding you through today's reading. This is a timeless reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or wherever Aquarius falls in your chart. Crosswatchers also welcome. The intention for this reading is to help you come into alignment with your highest good in this moment. Starting off the reading, we have the Seven of Swords, being sneaky, hiding something. I do feel like this is us. I'm an Aquarius, Sun and Moon. I feel like this is having to do with keeping something under wraps. Something that you have to be very intentional about not sharing with people. Maybe out of character. Something that you would normally share with someone or a specific group. What's the challenge here for Aquarius? Going against your own kind of code. The Hierophant in reverse is like, I'm not going to do things the way they should be done. So whatever this sort of, you're going against the grain here, definitely. Whatever you're keeping private, whatever you're keeping close to the vest here, it has you feeling, or perhaps other people would feel like, if they knew that you were not doing things the way they should be done. Maybe that's why, like, you have your own way of doing something and you don't want to meet with other people's disapproval. Like, you're doing it that way, you know that's the wrong way. And you're like, I just don't want to deal with it, so I'm going to keep it to myself. The focus is Temperance in reverse. You want to do something faster. You don't want to have to wait. You may have found a shortcut that you feel like is going to work for you and you want to give it a try, and you don't want to have to deal with the energy of naysayers. Dropping jaws, like, you're doing what? Temperance in reverse is like feeling impatient, maybe believing that you can bring everything together in a way that is unprecedented, undocumented. Other people haven't done it this way before. It's pioneering. It has this strong stamp of Aquarian energy all over it. Like, you're never going to understand, even if I took 5 hours to explain to you why I feel like this is the right way of doing it. They're going to be like, have you ever tried to cook food without following a recipe and you get this energy of like, from someone else, like, ew, I don't want to try that. What are you making? And they want to identify it with something that they know. They want to be like, is this beef stroganoff or is it pasta with meatballs? You're like, no. It's got noodles and a different kind of sauce and there's meat in there, but it's not beef stroganoff and it's not pizza with, it's like, I'm creating something different and it's gonna work. You have to trust me. But the people like in question won't even try it. I'm speaking kind of from experience. This is one experience that I've had that's like, fitting this energy. And so I give that example, like maybe some of you have been through that as well. If so, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what wonderful dish you created that other people refused to even try because there was no recipe. People hadn't made it before. I've done that with pizza too, you guys. A little bit of a tangent. This is coming up, so it might resonate with people, or maybe I just want to share with you guys because I'm on that like Aquarian energy. Don't get me started. But I was treating a bunch of people to some pizza, but so I was born and raised in California, and the kind of pizza energy in California is unusual toppings. And so I didn't want to do anything standard. There wasn't a single pepperoni pizza or cheese pizza in the bunch. And it was quite a large group, and I brought it in. I was like, I want to encourage you guys to try new things. These are some of the unusual types of pizzas that I really enjoy. So, and plus I was treating everybody unexpectedly to a bunch of food, and I thought, let me kind of give it my Aquarian kick by opening their culinary minds or whatever. And without fail, more than half of the people had to open every single box because they couldn't compute that there wouldn't be a pepperoni pizza. And I was telling everybody, they're like, oh, you got any pepperoni? I'm like, no pepperonis. Okay, well, let me just see, is there any pepperoni? Is there any pepperoni? I'm like, no, there's no pepperoni pizza. Maybe I was the bad guy in that situation, but I don't know, it feels relevant to the energy that I'm feeling from this reading, which is like, I want to do things my own way. I'm not going to tell anybody beforehand because they would disagree, because they just can't see the vision. And I want to do it faster. I just want to get the job done in a way that I know is going to work. In the recent past, we have Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like this is someone who is making ends meet without, in a creative way. Someone who doesn't have access to the means or all of the, in that example, let's carry that forward of the recipe that you're trying to make. Maybe you don't have marinara sauce, but you have butternut squash, and you have strawberries, and you have cranberries, and you're mixing these ideas that you have, like, oh, well, I've seen someone use a cranberry relish, and I've seen someone make a strawberry salsa, so I know that those things can sub in for tomatoes sometimes. And I had a butternut squash sauce at this one Tuscan restaurant that I went to years ago, so let me see if I can kind of bring all these ingredients together in a delicious sauce, and if the seasonings are right, it's gonna sing. It's gonna be wonderful. This Queen of Pentacles in reverse is like, I'm gonna take all of my skills and knowledge, even though there's no recipe for this, it's never been done before, I don't have the right resources for whatever it is I'm trying to create, but you know what? I'm a creator, and I'm forging my own path, and I'm going to get it done in an unconventional way. Show me why this is all happening. What is the purpose? Magician in reverse. Okay, this is interesting. In context of the story as it's been presenting itself, I feel like this is meant to say that you are creating something in an unconventional way, and that's the point. You may not have the right tools at your disposal, and part of it is not just having the wrong ingredients, or not the ingredients that a recipe would call for, but maybe you don't have the right tools either, because part of the energy of the magician is having the all four aces at your disposal as a tool set that you can use at your discretion or at your pleasure. A lot of times I see this energy, though, as like a manipulative energy, someone who has all the tools and uses it in a way that is like trickster energy. But that just doesn't feel relevant for this story. I say that, I add that to this video, this reading, so that if that fits the way you're interpreting your situation, it could be relevant for you. It could be to bring someone like this to the surface, or it could be so that you are put in a position where you have the ability to carry off a deception. Maybe that's what you're trying to do. Maybe that's your intention, is to pull the wool over someone's eyes. I'm not judging. Let's see, in the near future, how does this story continue? Oh, with the Strength card. Okay. So, Strength is all about bringing forth the latent ability that lies within you, by honing a skill, developing a talent. A lot of times it's something that's a wilder and more unruly part of yourself, and bringing discipline to bear so that it can it's a quality that can be shared more readily and will be better accepted by the people who are influenced by you behaving that way. So carrying forward our example, I see this as like whatever it is that you're creating could be forging a new path. It could be very well received. I mean, or not. Strength doesn't necessarily denote a happy audience, but it does say that you've honed that skill. So perhaps whatever it is that you are creating on your own, you're keeping it quiet. You don't want the naysayers to influence or co-create with their bad vibes. Your strength says that you're successfully developing the skill. Perhaps the strength is being developed in the sense of keeping it private, of not needing the outside approval or validation in this stage of your process. Could be like self-control. Like, oh, I would normally run and tell my best friend, listen to everything that's going on. This is what I have in the works. These are the people that are blah, blah, blah. But like the more in this situation, the more private you are, I feel like the better the outcome. The surprise energy, we have the King of Swords in reverse. This is strong Aquarian energy. I'm hemming and hawing a little bit because of the reversal. My first instinct is what I'm going to go with here, is that it's carrying forward this similar story of not listening to advisors, because a good king of the mental realm of ideas and concepts and ideologies has a set of trusted advisors that they listen to. So the reversal could be denoting someone, or you in this instance, not listening, going against advice or without advice, striking out on your own. It's a selfish move, but I'm not seeing the connection as to how this would be a surprise. So let me just pull a clarifier or two, see if we can get more. Devil in reverse, King of Swords in the upright. Okay. I'm gonna take a minute with this. So it's not that, oh, okay, I get it. It's not that the King of Swords is doing anything wrong. They're eliminating that as part of the interpretation. So they're saying the reversal wasn't to say that the King of Swords was in the wrong or behaving from like a shadow side or anything. Okay, that makes sense. So they're writing the energy like, no, he's in his upright energy, he's in his higher vibrational energy. He's just not, he knows for his own good that he's not going to be listening to anyone else's say-so. He's making a unilateral decision, despite the fact that the rules that he put in place for the kingdom include not creating this new thing without going through the proper protocol. He's not going through the proper protocol that he dictated. I forget the saying for that. Calling an audible? Okay. Hopes and fears. We have the Emperor in reverse. Are you going to step up and take power that isn't yours and fail? Are you going to Okay, you know what I was picking up on earlier where I was unsure whether or not this Aquarian energy was acting from a shadow side? Like, are they doing something out of character in a bad way? Is this bending or breaking of the rules something that's going to come back to bite them? That's what's reflected here in the Emperor in reverse. It's like someone who's in charge, but they're the bad guy. You don't want to make yourself the bad guy here. You don't want to be the bad guy, but you definitely also don't want to be perceived that way. You don't want to overreach. You still want to have the capacity to grow and level up into Emperor energy, but you don't want... You're not willing to sacrifice doing this thing the way you want to do it. You have your mind set on it. The end result, we have a team that are lining up alongside you. With this Three of Pentacles energy, that tells me you're not going to be going it alone. Eventually, you are going to pull in people who you trust. You're going to make a solid team. They're going to elevate your efforts in a way that kind of the sum is greater than the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. And it's going to be a success. It's going, well, it has all the ingredients for success. Here I go back to ingredients. Ten of Pentacles in reverse at the bottom of the deck when that came out. So the energy of, like, the potential for great financial success exists. This tells me it could be a business idea that you have, or you might be learning or honing a new skill that you intend to monetize in some way. You end up meeting up with like-minded individuals. Your advice, we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Two of Cups in reverse. Okay. Bide your time. Recognize that you don't always get results right away, and you're not meant to. With the cooking example, like sometimes when you're baking bread, you need to let the dough rest. You need to then let it rise a couple of times, sometimes for different recipes, right? The Seven of Pentacles tells us that you won't have proof right away that the thing is a success, and you might not even be able to tell, aside from like your own intuition, your own inner certainty that you're on the right track. The Two of Cups in reverse, I do want to pull a clarifier because I don't quite see it fitting in. It means like either not making a choice to commit to something or breaking a commitment. You could end up breaking up with someone over keeping this secret. I mean, we haven't seen any evidence of this being a romantic story just yet. Well, let me pull a clarifier from the other deck. Tell me more about the Two of Cups. Why do we have... What advice is it here? Four of Swords in reverse. And the Queen of Swords. I'm going to take a second and just consider what's going on here so that I can give you the advice that's meant to come through. It's not immediately apparent to me. So the Queen of Swords is definitely here to say, it's like backing up the other side of that King of Swords energy. The King of Swords is making a unilateral decision. The Queen of Swords is like, you're also perceptive. You're not just excluding everyone else's opinions. Like, you can see factors clearly that other people aren't necessarily seeing. So it definitely backs up the, like, you making the right decision vibe. The Four of Swords talks about not taking a step back from something, not withdrawing. Okay, the best I can make out, this advice is saying, like, if you are in a romantic connection and you're wondering whether or not you should break it off or hit pause, it's more of a wait and see sort of energy. It's not to make a commitment. It's not to decide to become a couple or decide to move in. It's very much a go with your gut. Your intuition is correct. Wait and see. Take it slowly, one step at a time. You're going to have the ability to solve some sort of quandary that you have by considering the energy of the Seven of Pentacles, which is like, if you're having to communicate something to someone, it's like, I am planting seeds right now, and you have to trust and believe that it's going to turn into something good. So let's plant this one thing, and then we'll harvest the one thing and see how it's, like, test our theory. Is it the fruit good? Is the result of this experiment good? If so, we're going to let the other seeds continue to grow. If not, then we'll, raise the field and replant and switch it up. But the plan is still in place. It's like you're very intent on a process that you have in mind, but it's going to be near impossible to describe to the other person involved in a way that they're going to get it. So they may not want to connect, and that's okay. Like, if this Two of Cups energy is them, someone else in your energy who's like not wanting to get involved with your project. But then again, I don't see that you're inviting anyone else to be involved. That may be the issue here. It may be that you are excluding someone from your internal process, and they get upset about that, so that the relationship falls apart or goes on pause, or they want to take a step back. I mean, the advice is like to not take a step back, so take that as it resonates. Obviously, as always, make up your own mind. You have the best interest of, nope, how do I want to say this? Your intuition is the most important thing for you to listen to. So if that's not clear, like if you're getting pretty into tarot and spirituality, and you're wanting to listen to the advice of a tarot reading over what your intuition is, I'm going to stop you right there. Your intuition is always the correct one. All right, Aquarius, I'm going to leave the reading there. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you back next time. Bye.